Volodymyr Zelensky says he hopes the war in Ukraine will end in 2025 through diplomacy rather than fighting. Protesters in Abkhazia refuse to leave government buildings despite the breakaway region's de facto president pledging to step down. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has said he hopes the war with Russia will end in 2025 through diplomatic means. Zelensky also claimed that Ukraine's military has become one of the most powerful in the world. In almost 3 years of war, Kyiv has received almost 120 billion euros of military aid, mostly from Western allies. But Zelensky said Ukraine had achieved breakthroughs in its own weapons production, including missiles, drones, and electronic warfare systems. Japan's foreign minister was in Kyiv on Saturday to discuss North Korea's deepening military alliance with Russia. Takeshi Iwaya said cooperation between Moscow and Pyongyang didn't just pose a threat to Europe, but also to Asia. According to intelligence assessments, up to 12,000 North Korean troops have been sent to Russia as part of a major defense treaty between the two countries. Protesters in the breakaway region of Abkhazia have refused to leave government buildings they stormed to protest against a new property deal. Lawmakers had gathered in the parliament to discuss ratifying measures allowing Russian citizens to buy property with generous tax breaks. Opponents say it will drive up prices of apartments and boost Moscow's dominance in the region. The region's de facto president, Aslam Bjania, said he would step down and hold early elections if demonstrators vacated parliament. But crowds in the capital, Sukhumi, rejected the proposal and said they would only accept his unconditional resignation. That property deal has since been scrapped. Russia recognizes Abkhazia as an independent country, but many Abkhazians are concerned that the region of around 245,000 people is a client state of Moscow. Joe Biden has met China's President Xi Jinping for the final time before he leaves the White House in January. Xi was apparently looking ahead to Trump's return and his America First policy, saying Beijing is ready to work with a new U.S. administration. During their talks at the APEC summit, Xi cautioned Biden to keep exploring the right way for two major countries to get along well with each other. Xi's remarks were widely interpreted as being directed at the incoming Trump administration. Biden had been expected to press Xi to use his leverage over Kim Jong-un to dissuade North Korea from further deepening its military support for Russia. However, there were no reports any such talks took place. Kim's decision to send thousands of troops to help Moscow repel Ukrainian forces has been widely condemned. White House officials have expressed frustration with Beijing, which accounts for the vast majority of North Korea's trade, for not doing more to rein in Pyongyang. An Italian charity has sent 15 tons of humanitarian aid for civilians in Gaza. The aid, which was collected from donors by the charity Misericordi, took off aboard a military aircraft from an airfield in Pisa. It will be shipped via the Cyprus Maritime Corridor, an initiative of the Cypriot government in coordination with the United Nations and international partners such as the European Union. Israel has long been criticized of impeding the flow of aid into Gaza, something it's always denied. On Thursday, the UN's Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs accused Israel of using starvation as a weapon of war. But COGAT, the Israeli agency that tracks and records all aid transferred into Gaza, maintains aid is flowing into the Strip. According to data published on its website, more than 1.1 million tons of aid has passed into Gaza since the start of the war in October last year. Andrea Putzkarada has won the 22nd Junior Eurovision Song Contest representing Georgia. The 11-year-old bagged 239 points in the final in Madrid with his song To My Mom. Putzkarada's victory gives Georgia its fourth win at Junior Eurovision, making it the most successful country in the history of the contest. There's no obligation at Junior Eurovision for the winning country to host the next year's event, so music fans won't automatically be headed to Georgia in 2025.